Happy Valentine's month, everybody. I'm the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to share with you some of my favorite Valentine's Day episodes from TV shows or even movies. Not everything is all lovey-dovey. Sometimes Valentine's Days deal with heartache and everything. So, some episodes will be romantic and lovey-dovey, while others will be very sad and heart-wrenching and stuff. But love is love. It doesn't always come with smiles and giggles and glee. So I'm here today to talk to you about Jack of All Trades Season 1 episode Love Potion number 10. So this is a really interesting episode. It's getting towards the second season. The second season didn't last that long, only about 8 episodes or so. This was around the time both Jack of All Trades and Cleopatra 2525 were starting to wind down. Jack of All Trades got canceled first, and its runtime bled over into that Cleopatra 2525, making it a full hour show instead of like a 20-minute thing. And so one of the reasons probably why it got canceled was because it started to get a little too silly. And really, the only plot of the show is that Jack Styles is sent to Palau. He does a daring dragoon thing, and he has to stop, the French from trying to take over. But other than that, it felt more like a sitcom, everyday episodic Power Rangers type thing, And it never really got serious or too focused. So people was probably getting kind of tired of it, And so with this episode, it's an interesting, odd episode. See, Governor Croc has come back and he's talking to Jack. Apparently his brother Napoleon feels that since his brother can't get it up and please his wife, then he can't take care of the country of Palau. And he's going to put his wife Camille in charge instead, which is just weird for him to make that kind of transition. So Jack is going to help out. He doesn't really want to, but they realized from a couple episodes ago that having a new governor who they can't really control and anticipate would be a whole lot worse. So when Camille shows up, they're all Camille and Croc is on a carriage ride, and Amelia and Jack is on a completely different carriage ride. And then they see Croc is about to be ambushed by a group of men, an outlaw type men, or freedom fighters, because they don't like the oppression that Croc has and stuff. And so Jack does his superhero thing where he dresses up as the daring dragoon. He saves his enemy, which pisses off the freedom fighters and stuff. But it turns on Camille to see him all dressed up like Zorro and stuff. So when she's back home with Croc and everything, he wants to get busy, but she's kind of like, that's okay. I'm gonna take a bath, because she started talking about the dragoon, and she picks up a banana. Now, this show has a lot of innuendo and a lot of one-liner jokes and dirty jokes, because Bruce Campbell is the star of the show. So go figure. So, Croc ain't getting none. He's really older and he just can't get it up. So Jack has to help and Amelia wants to help, but they don't really know how. But Jack is in the market and he sees some Spanish fly. Amelia, being a scientist, she's all like, I can probably make it 100 times stronger. So she's doing her thing, and Jack and her are debating who should be the one to give it to Croc so he can spray Camille. It's basically a love potion. Well, they drop it. So you could probably guess what's gonna happen. Now these two have the hots for each other, and they can't control each other. This makes for some good comedy right here. They're like ripping off their clothes and in their underwear, but remember, this is 1801 and how underwear used to look like back then. And so they're constantly trying to like go at each other, and they keep resisting and everything. It is some of the funniest crap I have seen. And so he realizes there's only one way to make Camille want to like bang Croc. Oh, Croak. That's it, Croak. And so he writes a letter to Camille, and then Amelia, being like, paranoid, she takes the thing that he was writing on top of, put a little like powder ink stuff on there, and make the imprint come out more. And she's pissed because he wants her to meet them at, I can't even say the C word, the blank jock. I swear, Bruce Campbell had to have a hand in writing this show, boy. When you hear all this dirty language, you'll be just like, they just say it so casually and everything. Oh, this show was syndicated, so they got away with a lot. Not much, but a lot. And so he has like a makeshift costume that he gives to Croak. And he wants his wife to meet him there. So as Jack is talking to all the prostitute ladies, Officer Brigard comes in and he sees his boss dressed up as the Dragoon, but he doesn't know it's his boss. So he gets the rest of the soldiers. And then, so Jack sees a woman go upstairs, but he realizes it's not Camille, it's Amelia. So when he goes in there, they have to hide like Croak and everything, and he has to fight the guards off, but he don't have his costume. So he does what he does in episode 1 and makes a makeshift outfit. He takes Amelia's red cloak, grabs the hat that he gave Croak, and then he uses her underwear to make like a black mask. And to be honest with you, his makeshift outfit, even though it's like very low grade, it looks more like a Zorro type thing than his actual real outfit. His real outfit is more fancy with a fancier cape. And I really like the makeshift outfit. It just looks cool and everything. So he fights off the guards and everything. And then suddenly Croak now is able to get happy. He pleases his wife and everything's okay, except for Jack and Amelia, who are still under the effects of the love potion, but it is starting to wear off, but not so much to where they decide they have to like separate from each other. She's gonna ride a horse and he's gonna take a cold shower. And so if this show would have lasted longer, I do believe those two would have gotten together, because throughout the entire series they've never really liked each other that way to like want to like date. But there are times where they appreciate each other so much where they kind of looked at each other a certain way, but nothing ever became of it. Now, wasn't that romantic or depressing, depending on what kind of video I just talked about? Okay, well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody, and bye.